Thank you for joining my Get Paid to Ride webinar. My name is Monty Scott. You are about to discover you really can get paid to ride motorcycles. This is not a scam or a ripoff. It's completely legal, moral, and ethical, and it can make your motorcycle riding a much richer and more rewarding experience, if you understand my meaning. Now, I'm not a professional webinar or PowerPoint presenter. I'm just a motorcycle guy with a unique idea to share. So please be patient. Get comfortable. We have a lot of material to cover. You are about to discover how you can get paid to ride. Let me start out by introducing myself and why I'm sharing this with you. I've been riding motorcycles for almost 5 decades now. I grew up in Southern California, where at least once upon a time there were so many wonderful places to ride. I now live in Utah. I believe one of the best kept secrets of motorcycle riding, both on and off-road. I got my first motorcycle back in 1968 when I was 15, a well-used 1961 Honda 305 Custom, complete with peanut tank and bob. That's hacksawed off a rear fender. Pretty cool, huh? Over the years, I have owned a total of 22 motorcycles, 5 Hondas, 3 BMWs, 5 ATKs, 2 Kawasaki's, 3 Yamahas, 1 Suzuki, 1 Triumph, and 2 Greaves. Maybe you old-timers will remember those. This list includes bikes, tours, dual sports, an adventure model, and sport tour. Half of those were purchased new. I've also been fortunate enough to have worked in the motorcycle industry, once as the sales and marketing manager for a small manufacturer called ATK. Perhaps you've heard of it. That's me in an ATK ad that appeared in the September 1998 issue of Dirt Bike magazine, my 15 minutes of fame. I have also worked as the sales manager for a BMW motorcycle dealership and as a salesperson at a big Ford dealership. I tell you all this so you can understand I know a little about motorcycles, about motorcycle ownership, about the motorcycle industry and business. And I admit I'm addicted to motorcycling. I added up one day and all the money I've spent on motorcycles, accessories, and of course all the gear for each type of motorcycle totaled about $100,000. Now, to me, that's a lot of money, although it may not have seemed like it at the time. If I had invested it instead of riding it, it would have grown to over $500,000. Who wouldn't want that amount in their 401k or their IRA? But here's the deal. Adjusted for inflation, that's probably about average. Here's what a little research turned up. The average retail price of a new motorcycle is about $16,000, and as of late, almost 50% of motorcycles are purchased new. The average rider spends about $1,300 per year on accessories, about $600 a year in parts and tires, etc., and about $600 annually on riding apparel. So, how does your own motorcycling expenses compare? You know, based on these numbers, the average rider could easily spend in excess of $67,000 over the next decade alone. And that's not even taking into consideration inflation and depreciation. And maybe that's why rat bikes and beater bikes are becoming more popular. Would you agree that motorcycling is probably going to get more and more expensive? Let's face it, we ride because of our passion for motorcycles. We spend money because of our passion for motorcycles. Many riders believe all the money they spend on their passion is necessary and worth it. Maybe so. But as expensive as motorcycling is getting, it doesn't have to be that way any longer. What if there was a way to still enjoy all the pleasures of motorcycle riding while earning extra income, and to be able to take tax deductions for many motorcycle expenses you're just used to paying for out of pocket now? What if your motorcycling was more affordable? That's why I developed Get Paid to Ride, to make motorcycling more affordable. Get Paid to Ride gives you the opportunity to offer a unique service to other motorcyclists, earn extra income while doing so, and allows you to take business-related tax deductions for certain motorcycling expenses as well. And you can conduct your business from the relative comfort of your own motorcycle. Now, this is where I separate the serious from the curious because GetPaid uses a network marketing business model. Now, if you're squeamish about network marketing or multi-level marketing and think it's a scam or a pyramid scheme or it's not legit for any reason, then it may be best if you discontinued viewing this webinar. But if you're open-minded to new ideas, I believe you'll soon discover a unique opportunity that will allow you to get paid to ride. So why use a network marketing business model for Get Paid to Ride? Great question. I'm going to defer to an expert to answer that, Robert Kiyosaki. Perhaps you've heard of him. If not, Google him. Robert Kiyosaki is one of the country's foremost experts on creating wealth. His book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, sold millions of copies. And recently, he turned his attention to, guess what? Marketing. Here's what he had to say. If I had to do it all over again today and start from scratch, rather than building an old-style business, I would start out by building a network marketing business. Now, I think that's an interesting statement coming from a man who has built a multi-million, maybe billion-dollar empire through startup businesses, real estate investing, and wealth-building books and training programs. And recently, Mr. Kiyosaki wrote another best-selling book, The Business of the 21st Century, and guess what it's about? Network marketing. He writes, for the past 10 years, I have devoted my life to finding the most effective and practical ways to help people transform their lives in the 21st century by learning how to build genuine wealth. And during these years of intensive research, I've come across one business model in particular that I believe holds the greatest promise for the largest number of people to get control of their financial lives, their futures, and their destinies. Still not convinced? Do you think you're smarter or more successful than Warren Buffett or Richard Branson? Buffett's worth about $58 billion and Branson about $5 billion. Google them if you don't know who they are. Robert continues, Warren Buffett and Richard Branson couldn't be more different. Buffett drives a pickup and lives in Omaha. Branson flies his own airline and lives on his own island in the British Virgin Islands. But they have three things in common. They are both billionaires, they are both extremely practical men, and they have both owned network marketing companies. Does that tell you something? Robert goes on to say, my rich dad told me the richest people in the world build networks. Everyone else looks for work. The key thing Mr. Kiyosaki says about network marketing is that it's not about selling products or earning income. The biggest popular misconception, he says, about network marketing is that it's a selling business. He wants you to understand that selling is just earning more income. The problem is if you stop selling, the income stops. In network marketing, the point is not to sell a product, but to build a network, an army of people who are all representing the same product or service to share with others. In Get Paid to Ride, it's an army of motorcyclists. I'd highly recommend you getting a copy of The Business of the 21st Century. You can do so online. And no, I don't get a commission. I wish I did. The network marketing business that allows Get Paid to Ride to work is called Legal Shield. Have you heard of it? It used to be called Prepaid Legal. Legal Shield is an American corporation that sells legal service products through network marketing in the United States and Canada and has annual revenues of almost $500 million. It's a public company that's traded on the New York Stock Exchange. It got its start in 1972, and it's headquartered in Ada, Oklahoma. Legal Shield has 1.4 million members, and more than 34,000 companies offer Legal Shield plans to their employees as volunteer benefit. And Forbes magazine once ranked Legal Shield in the top 100 best companies in America. This is a very significant, very relevant company. I would suggest you check out their website. So why legal services? Motorcyclists, let's face it, motorcycles, our passion, are inherently dangerous. No argument on that. We take a risk every time we ride. Motorcycle accidents can result in particularly nasty injuries. and account for around 3,000 deaths in the U.S. each year. Wouldn't it be great to have legal protection that can help us or our families receive compensation for damages, injuries, or loss of life that may result from such accidents? Or even protect us against a lawsuit if we're at fault? Consider this. What if you're injured in a motorcycle accident? Statistically, it's usually the other party's fault, so in most cases, you should be entitled to receive compensation from the other party's insurance company. But that often requires hiring an attorney because insurance companies are notorious for not wanting to pay what's fair and not paying within a reasonable time frame. So if you don't have an attorney lined up already, where do you find one? Yellow Pages? TV commercials? Do you know who's reputable? And what if you're a long ways from home when that accident occurs? Who do you turn to then? With your Legal Shield membership, all you do is contact your state's Legal Shield provider law firm, and they do the rest. If representation is needed in another state, your Legal Shield attorneys will handle it for you. Done, no worries. You just stay home and get better. And how about moving violations? Motorcyclists are often targeted for traffic citations. Keep in mind that a speeding ticket fine can cause more than just a temporary dent in your wallet. It can cause an increase in your motorcycle insurance premiums as well. What if you could have an attorney appear for you in court anywhere in the U.S. and either get that ticket dismissed or at least get the fine and or points reduced, and you not have to be there in most cases? This is what your Legal Shield membership includes. I'll pause here for a moment. All this for about $26 a month. Now, monthly membership fees vary from state to state and product, and not all products are available in all states. So having a Legal Shield membership is like having your own personal attorney along with you wherever you ride. I've been a Legal Shield member for about 12 years. My membership has paid for itself many times over. It is definitely worth the $26 a month that I'm paying. So let's talk about tax deductions when you get paid to ride. Your rich uncle is going to help you get paid to ride. But first things first. Be advised, neither this website nor its author advises on any personal or business income tax issues. The information here is intended for information only and does not represent income tax advice, either expressed or implied. You are encouraged to seek professional tax advice for income tax questions and assistance. Are we good here? All right. So from the IRS.gov website, the IRS defines a business as any activity carried on for the production of income from selling goods or performing services. Sounds like get paid to ride to me. In general, taxpayers may deduct ordinary and necessary expenses for conducting a trade or business. An ordinary expense is an expense that is common and accepted in the taxpayer's trade or business. A necessary expense is one that is appropriate for the business. Generally, an activity qualifies as a business if it's carried on with a reasonable expectation of earning a profit. Again, sounds like get paid to ride. Now, rather than put you to sleep here with all this IRS ease, I refer you to Publication 535, 2013 Business Expenses. Enjoy. The 2015 IRS mileage rate for business miles is 57.5 cents. So now, every time you go for a ride, it should be for the purpose of promoting your Get Paid to Ride business. Keep a little log, enter the date, where you were, where you went, if you can, to whom you spoke with, and the start and finish mileage of your ride. Now, it's important for you to keep records of your activities and expenses if you're ever audited by the IRS, but don't sweat it. You have IRS audit assistance as part of your Legal Shield membership. If you say 10,000 miles a year, you are deducting $5,750. If the average price of a new motorcycle is $16,000, that means that you could purchase a new average motorcycle about every 2.5 years just from tax savings. Do you think you could now afford to own your dream motorcycle, a fleet of motorcycles, a collection of motorcycles, and all the accessories and riding apparel you could possibly want and not be concerned about how much you're spending on your passion or addiction? Are you starting to grasp the concept here? If you travel to motorcycle shows, rallies, or races, your travel expenses besides mileage, like hotel, meals, admission, etc., may be deductible as well. And what about your uniform? Yep, I'm talking about helmets, pants, jackets, gloves, boots, etc. After all, that's what's ordinary and necessary for you to carry out the normal activities of your Get Paid to Ride business. Your gear then becomes a deductible business expense. Then there's office equipment. Some accessories like saddlebags, tank bags may be deductible if you need them to keep your business cards, brochures, paper applications in. Maybe you'll need a more comfortable seat, maybe a better windshield if applicable. Now, most likely a super trap exhaust system or a Screamin' Eagle carburetor or 10 grand worth of chrome may not qualify as a legitimate business deduction. Just be smart. So let's talk about how to get paid to ride. When you're out riding your motorcycle or even driving your car and happen upon other riders, stop and walk up to them and say something like, "Hi, I get paid to ride my motorcycle. Would you be interested in getting paid to ride yours?" What are they going to say? No. I guarantee you'll have their attention. Send them a business card and say, "This website will provide you with all the details. I hope to hear back from you soon." That's pretty much the approach I use. If they start asking questions, I explain the website will provide them with all of the details. And after viewing the website, they can request the same report and view the webinar video just like you're doing. Also, in both the report and the video, riders are directed to contact the person who referred them to help them start their own Get Paid to Ride business, as you will be. You can refer them to your own Legal Shield website, optional but recommended, where they can enroll online as members and as associates, my preferred way. You can have your own Legal Shield website for about $7 a month, and of course there's always paper applications. So I believe this two-step approach works the best. It's low-key, no pressure. You don't have to sell anything. Just introduce others to the GetPaid2Ride.net website. And once you join the Get Paid to Ride Army, you'll be given access to my Get Paid to Ride blog that has additional ideas on how to promote your Get Paid to Ride business. There are over 10 million motorcycles registered in the U.S. Do you think you could find a few riders that would like to get paid to ride? If you belong to a club, members are a great resource. If you have a favorite dealer or repair shop, enroll the owner and have him or her give you access to his or her customers. You attend rallies, races, shows, great place to hand out business cards. Regular Legal Shield associates drag their family and friends to weekly rah-rah opportunity meetings. Get Paid to Ride is the easiest recruiting plan out there. So remember what Robert Kiyosaki said, that the whole point of network marketing is not to sell a product, but to build a army of people who are all representing the same product or service to share with others. The more you share Get Paid to Ride, the larger your army will grow. And since passive income is an outgrowth of building that army, let's talk about it. Legal Shield has paid over $1 billion with a B, $1 billion to associates over the last decade. There are many associates that are earning some serious money. So every time you enroll a rider in a membership, either through your personalized Legal Shield website or via paper application, you get paid a commission. As long as that rider keeps that membership active, you earn a small residual payment each year, year after year. It's called passive income, and it continues to roll in without you having to work for it. When you enroll an associate, you get paid a commission. Then as that person enrolls other members and associates to build their army, you get paid an override. Again, passive income, it goes on and on. So how much can you earn? That's a great question. How much you're going to make is going to depend on a number of factors, like how many memberships you have personally enrolled, how many associates you have in your army or your downline, how many members and associates those people have enrolled. The more associates you have in your downline, the higher you move up in the organization and the more money you earn. And did I mention you can qualify for Legal Shield to help you purchase or lease a new BMW automobile? So how much does Get Paid to Ride cost anyway? Actually, it doesn't cost anything. Get Paid to Ride is the marketing arm of my Legal Shield business that I developed for motorcycle riders. The cost to become a Legal Shield associate is a one-time fee of $149. And you can easily recoup that with just a few enrollments of other riders. In addition to the initial investment, you will also be paying your monthly membership fee of about $26, depending on what state you live in. But wait, there's more. If you enroll as a Legal Shield member and as an associate and try my Get Paid to Ride business model for 6 months using the marketing methods that I've outlined here and also on my blog, and if you still believe Get Paid to Ride is not for you for any reason, I will refund the money you paid to become an associate. No questions asked. Just send me an email that you're done, and I will send you a check. Now, this guarantee doesn't apply to the Legal Shield membership, which you ought to keep anyway. Also, if you live in any of these states, please contact me. There are associate state licensing requirements involved. Now, if you're ready to get started, please contact the person who referred you to the Get Paid to Ride website. That's important. They were working hard to build their army. If you responded to an advertisement or somehow found out about Get Paid to Ride other than had someone personally refer you, or you don't remember who did, and you're ready to get started or have questions, please contact me. We'll figure out where you fit into the organization. Also, your comments and feedback are greatly appreciated. You can email them to info@getpaid2ride.net. That's it. Thank you again for your time and consideration. I wish you the best and hope you can get started very soon to get paid to ride.